Now, on her final diplomatic visit to Washington, outgoing German Chancellor Angela Merkel was welcomed by US President Joe Biden to the White House. The US and Germany are key NATO allies, but are at odds over a host of tough issues. This includes the Nord Stream 2 pipeline being built from Russia to Germany under the Baltic Sea, which Washington fears will increase European reliance on Russian gas. Both the leaders have vowed to work together to defend against Russian aggression and to stand up to anti-democratic actions by China. But Joe Biden did renew his concerns to the German Chancellor about Russia to Germany gas pipeline. While both nations have agreed that Russia must not be allowed to use energy as a weapon.
Express to you and to the people of Germany, we will stand up for democratic principles and universal rights when we see China or any other country working to undermine free and open societies. And we are united in our commitment to addressing democratic backsliding, corruption, phony populism in the European Union or among candidates for the EU membership or anywhere we find it in the world. We stand together and will continue to stand together to defend our eastern flank allies at NATO against Russian aggression. And while I reiterated my concerns about Nord Stream 2, Chancellor Merkel and I are absolutely united in our conviction that Russia must not be allowed to use energy as a weapon to coerce or threaten its neighbors.
Merkel said that Europe's biggest economy has different views on the pipeline than the United States. But she said that Berlin sees Ukraine as a transit country, evidently meaning that she believes that natural gas should still flow through the Ukraine, even if the pipeline is completed. Now, Merkel also said that there are a number of instruments Europe can use, including sanctions, if Russia does not act satisfactorily regarding Ukraine.
We have talked about Russia and Ukraine. We also talked about Nord Stream 2. We have different views on what this project entails. But I want to make it very clear. Our understanding was and remains that Ukraine remains a transit country for natural gas. That Ukraine has a right, like any country, to territorial sovereignty. We will also act actively if Russia does not honor Ukraine's right to transit. For me, Nord Stream 2 is an additional project and not a project instead of transit of gas through Ukraine. And anything else would cause very great tensions.
Statt des Transits von Gas durch die Ukraine.
The two countries have agreed to collaborate and accelerate moves to tackle the climate crisis, while also pledging to mobilize investment in Central and Eastern Europe. The German leader, who is one of Europe's key political figures, has now dealt with 4 US presidents. She steps down in September, but a deadly flooding back home cast a shadow on this visit. Merkel, who has been the chancellor since 2005, plans to exit Germany's government after national elections in September. This means she is likely to be seen as a lame duck in her final months in power.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.